That's Emiliano. He just finished 7th.
Oh my God.
How's it going?
Good, man. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Emiliano. What's up, baby? Nice playing. Good for you. I'm like kind of happy right now because green reading to me is the hardest thing to do in golf. If I'm gonna make an error, it's gonna be a really soft pace around the hole.
Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. Another day on this journey from scratch to scratch. If you are new here, I am trying to go from scratch to scratch golf, the ultimate goal of this channel. And so far, we have been grinding a lot on full swing, putting, everything you could name. But today we are back with maybe the greatest putting coach of all time, Derek Uyeda, where he's going to be talking about really mastering the greens, talking about tools and tips you need and how to practice at home. So without wasting time, let's get into it. These lines are kind of awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it's a cheat. It's cheating.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Well, so it was interesting. At Augusta, I sat down with some coaches, and I think the line on the golf ball is a training aid.
Yeah.
I think it's cheating. I think people should have golf balls with nothing on them, and then we'll see who can putt. Because if you're a bad aimer,
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's a skill you should probably acquire.
Yeah.
Learning how to aim, because we're going to see how you aim today.
Okay.
Because you might read a green correctly, but then aim incorrectly and then miss. Or you might read a green poorly, aim incorrectly, and then make.
Yeah.
But that's a false positive.
Yeah, 100%.
And so we don't want that.
Yeah, for sure.
So go ahead. So we talked about the launch of the golf ball and all that other stuff last time. Just go ahead and hit a couple, and I just want to see your setup. And oh yeah, good. Left elbow could be closer to the body. There.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that better. Yeah.
Oh, not enough power.
Well, we know the length of the backswing controls the distance of the golf ball. So
I've been practicing a lot of the 10 to 15, and I'm basically like, this is how much tennis.
yeah. That's Bryson. That's Bryson DeChambeau, right?
Yeah, I have a yardstick.
Yeah, you have a yardstick, and for every ½ inch you take the putter back, or every inch, or every 3 inches, it gives you a different distance.
Yeah.
And so for you and your practice, okay, great. Like I can just go out to, and all greens are different speeds.
Yeah.
So then you would have to calibrate every time you went to a golf course to know the speed of the greens.
Yeah, that's what and the ball too is 2 days in, it's like, this is definitely a different feel-ish than a top, like, maybe because of the sound. It's like, tick, tick.
Yeah, remember we talked about that.
Yeah, you could like.
Yeah, the sound, no player is gonna be, if you put headphones on them, blasting, it's gonna feel the same. It's the sound that does it.
Yeah.
And it's a softer sound.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like I'm hitting plastic.
So good, yeah, so that's the left elbow's better. Posture's good.
Ooh.
My position is good. I'm gonna block you.
Oh my God.
So the acts of randomness, like all these, this green was verticut recently and top dressed with sand, and it's all to make it smoother in the long run. But there's some imperfections on every green, no matter how pure it is. Like Augusta,
Yeah.
it got rain and the greens were horrible, if we're being honest. It wasn't Augusta standards, right?
Yeah.
But they have no control over it. It rained 2 inches in 6 hours. So I want you to refrain from stepping in front of your golf ball, because I don't want any extra bumps and bruises on the ball's way to the hole.
That's the walking in front of the line thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the other thing too. Like when you're playing with other people, you're trying not to step where they're going.
Someone made that comment that I was like, you need to stop stepping in front of your ball, and I was like, oh. Fair. Oh.
Okay. So in looking at your stroke, it actually looks pretty good.
I'm just doing exactly what
Your
you're telling
speed
me.
control sucks.
Yeah,
But
100%. The metronome thing, though,
yeah.
is in my head.
So, okay. So now we're gonna do a little different task here.
Sure.
So you're gonna get one golf ball, okay? Got a putt that's very makeable. So what I want you to do is I want you to put this tee, like we've done before, where you think you need to aim and where the ball needs to start in order for it to go in. actually.
man.
Okay, so you're going through and you're reading the green.
Yeah.
And is this what you do when you're on the golf course?
Yeah.
Basically.
Now I do.
You're
yeah.
walking around, you're trying to get,
Yeah.
okay?
This is what I do now.
Okay, now mind you, you got like 40 seconds to get this done.
Yeah. This is interesting, but I initially thought it was over here, but I'm now basing it over. I'm actually gonna still say it. It's right here.
Okay, so now we have time today,
Yeah.
so you like that,
Yeah, more or less.
okay?
Yeah.
So then now you'll aim your lines on the golf ball towards that tee.
For some reason now I think it's sloping that way, but yeah,
Okay.
we'll see.
Okay, tell me after you set up when you're ready to actually putt it.
Okay.
Feel
Yeah.
good right there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, don't move. Okay, that's in the middle of your putter there. So do you see where that's aimed?
A little inside of the black.
A little. A player has to be aware of whether or not they're doing what they think they're doing. So, Jerome, stand over this. Stand kind of over the top of me and look down.
Yeah.
So look at where you're aiming as opposed to where you want to aim. So if that's the correct read and the ball is going to curve from the left to the right, this has no chance.
Yeah.
Some of this might be your optics. So now I want you to put the putter down behind the plate. And just now all I want you to do is kind of look back and forth from your putter to the ball, to the line on the plate, to the tee. Does it seem like it's aiming correctly, or does it feel like it's aiming way left?
This looks like it's aiming correctly now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now hang on a second. Don't move your putter. What does it feel like now? Does it look like it's aiming? Does it feel and look as though it's aiming towards the tee?
This looks like it's aiming maybe like 2 centimeters to the left of the side.
Okay, okay. So that's what I kind of wanted to know. When you're aiming correctly, does it feel incorrect? Because otherwise, like why would you have aimed really far to the right?
Yeah, maybe I was like close.
Well,
up.
so it has a little bit to do with your optics and how you're turning your head and, you know, maybe your eye position. It could be the shape of the putter, the lines on the putter. It could be the ball. It could be all kinds of, who knows what it is.
Yeah.
But if this is the correct read and that's your aim,
Yeah, it's off.
you're
Yeah,
it's not going in,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
So,
And again, if it does go in, it's a false positive.
well,
Because I'm like, oh,
if the ball, just because you aim incorrectly doesn't mean the ball's not going to start towards the tee. You could have, during your stroke, at some point, totally manipulated the club face to get the ball to go on that line.
Yep.
But over time, I don't want that. I want you to aim where you're hitting it.
Okay.
And I know that that's hard.
Yep.
I have guys on the PGA Tour that I teach that aren't the best aimers of the world, and we're constantly trying to calibrate. So these are some of the drills that I'll have you do. Like, oh, I want to aim there.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Whether it's right or wrong, that part is, we'll teach you how to read greens. Yeah. We'll start with that a little bit today. But if you can't aim where you're telling me you want to aim, then I need, that's a pretty big step.
Yeah.
Right? So if you were to just putt this now, and the ball went right down that line on the putting plate there, so how good is that read?
I think it was pretty good.
No.
Yeah.
But the problem was
I can't.
you were aimed at the right center of the hole, and then it would have curved off, and then you would have missed, and you would have gone, like I must have misread it.
Yeah.
All the time I see that. Guys will hit putts, have read it correctly, but didn't hit their ball on their line for whatever reason. and they go, oh man, I misread it. No, you didn't. You didn't start it on your line.
Yeah.
And for what reason was that? It could be a number of things. Okay, so we're gonna do this again.
Cool.
So that was a left to right putt.
Yeah.
And maybe your tendencies are different from right to left than they are from left to right.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a left to right putt, sorry.
Very good.
Left to right. So let's do a different putt and let's see what happens, but we'll do it from the same distance. Because you might have things happen to you from 4 feet that are different from 8 feet,
Oh, yeah,
that are different from 15 feet,
Yeah.
that are different from 25 feet. Like we need to figure out what the you're seeing, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's do a different putt. We'll go to a different hole. Well, that was kind of nice you made that putt.
I've been reading greens relatively well. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm kind of lucky, but like I think you told me the 1, 2, 3 thing where you're like, I'm just like feeling it. I'm like, all right, this is a 2, and then I just correlate that to like 2 notches or whatever it may be, and then 3 notches or 1 notch. Overall, it's been fine.
Guy's in good shape. If I tried to squat down and move side to side, I'd be in a hospital.
Man, it just feels. Oh man, this is bad. This is weird.
It's fine. Just go through your process.
I need like
you're fine.
40. So in like tour, how long do they actually have? You said to like hit a putt.
Well, the tour guys, you can watch frickin' paint dry. So the rules say, we used to have 45 seconds. I think now it's 40.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, guys take a lot longer. Girls and guys, it doesn't matter. Players take a lot longer.
Yeah.
But if you're moving quickly from like the tee shot to your ball in the fairway, and you're moving fast, and then you get, it's easier. It seems like it should be easy because it doesn't require strength. You're just rolling a ball on the green, right? But
Yeah.
this right here, we'll see if this is good, right? So if that's your final answer,
Yeah.
go ahead and line your ball up.
It's funny here is like, I'm kind of basing this off the environment.
I'll use that. You line the ball up
line
with
the
it.
ball.
Yep. Okay. So we look at the line on the ball and we go, okay, that looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So now, time to aim.
Yeah.
Feel pretty good right there?
Yep.
Okay, don't move. Stay there. Stay there. That's kind of right in the middle. Okay, you can move the putter and then go back behind. Look at where that's aimed. It's to the right again.
It's to the right a little bit, like 2, 3 of it.
So you had a left to right putt, the first one we hit, and you were aimed to the right.
Yeah.
Now we've got a right to left putt, and not nearly as much,
Yeah.
but it is.
Yeah.
And so the adjustment this time is extremely small. And just in looking at it, what does it feel like? Does it feel like it's aimed left?
Like left of the tee?
Left of the tee, correct.
Yeah, a little bit.
Slightly. Well, but you were only aimed a little to the right, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
When I put the ball down and the lines matched, does that change your feels or what you're seeing?
This kind of
Does it look okay?
Better, but it's still, to me, still
A little to the left.
Like a little bit, like
Okay.
this much.
So we've definitely got some optics issues.
Yeah.
Go ahead and stroke it. Let's see what happens. We'll do it again. So a little longer backswing, obviously. So if that ball started down that line and it went in the left side of the hole, that tee placement probably could have gone a little more to the right, maybe
Yeah.
where you were aimed.
Yeah.
Because you were aimed a little to the right.
Yeah.
And so we have our optics, right? And we have our proprioception. We have our feels in our feet. Like, get information. Everybody standing right here right now is like, you're on a side slope, you're on a side slope, and you're kind of like, okay, in order for me to stay balanced, I'm like this. I could lean into the hill or whatever, but I'm gonna try and stand up straight, not fall down. And so maybe your proprioception told your brain like, hey, you should aim more to the right than what that is.
Yeah.
It's very common.
Yeah.
But it was good enough.
Yeah. I think it went in because of the speed, though. If it was like less, it's just gonna.
Oh,
die.
of course, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know that we talked about the capture rate of the hole. Have we talked about that?
I think you briefly mentioned capture rate for one when we extrapolated, like a putt for 15 feet, but nothing like granular enough. Like, oh yeah, that was like a major.
Okay,
topic.
so we'll just, the faster the ball goes
Yeah.
by the hole, the smaller the capture rate. So if the ball's traveling really, really fast and it hits the edge, it's more likely to spin out
Yeah.
than hit the edge and fall in if the ball was going slower.
Yep.
So obviously we want the ball to get to the hole
Yeah.
so it could go in. But if I'm putting from across the green and I leave it this short, like I'm okay with that.
pretty good.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I mean, even if I was putting from here to there, if I like left it barely short, would I be upset? I mean, I'd be disappointed because it's like, oh man, if I would have just rolled like a half a roll farther, it would have gone in.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna 3-putt that. Like I'm always, I walk in and tap it in and it's
good.
I'm done, yeah. Now putts like this, like we've got to get these to the hole,
Yeah.
right? I mean, even if we hit it 1.5 feet past, which would shrink the hole, I say shrink the hole, lessen the capture rate,
Yeah, I gotcha.
because the hole is 4¼ inches and it doesn't change size.
Yeah.
So it doesn't shrink. But if I hit it firm enough to get it there, because you could have hit that harder and then it would have gone in more of the center.
Yeah.
And then you could even hit it even harder and it would have gone in the right side. Now, if you hit it too hard, it's going to hit the right lip and it's going to spin out.
Yep.
But the good thing for me is, and you said it yourself, I feel like I've been reading greens pretty good. Well, you did that one correctly and you've done this one correctly. So now we're going to do another one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you, like, listen, from 4.5, 5 feet, I mean, that speed should be, like, we shouldn't be having a problem with speed.
Yeah.
And so that might be, do you have a mat that you put on at home?
No. Not
Okay,
yet.
so
I
that
need
might
to
be
get
something that we do. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to get like some fancy mat. You can go to Home Depot, they have this carpeting, which I have.
one. Yeah.
They have this carpeting that's really thin and you can cut off just a little bit of it. It's 12 feet long and just friggin' putt on it.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's super cheap. It's like, I mean, super cheap. It's like $3 for a, like, I don't know, 4x12 or something. I mean, it's cheap.
Yeah.
So there's no excuses.
There's no excuses.
And now we're still going through our reading. So this putt right here. Now, if we continue to have this issue of speed control on these short ones, we're gonna have to do some drills, some speed control drills. We should probably do that anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Just, well, for your followers too, they can get something out of it.
Yeah. Speed control has been a little bit. Hold on. Let me just see this.
So what I like what you're doing is you're using your feet.
Yeah.
Now, when you're playing in a group, you have to be careful.
Walking line.
Yeah, because like what if somebody's putting from over there, or somebody's putting from over there? And then the other thing too is like, let's say
This is actually like here.
somebody's putting the exact same direction you're putting.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be careful of what they call the through line. So when you watch guys on the tour, even on this side, they'll step over where they think somebody else's ball might roll.
Oh, I see. Because like it might
Because what if they hit it a little too far and then it rolls right where your feet are and it's like, well, dude, you still walked in my line.
Yeah.
So the courtesy of understanding where everybody's ball is going to go, even if they miss on the other side, you have to be careful of that. Here's where I'm standing, right?
Yeah.
I'm in your line.
Oh, because.
And I would be like, what if my ball was a little closer? I'm standing back here. I'm like, okay, he's going to give me the read. But this is poor etiquette.
Okay.
But this is also poor etiquette.
Yeah.
Because look down.
Oh.
Because you can kind of like, you can kind of see me.
Yeah.
And then this is also kind of poor etiquette because even though you can't see me, you know I'm back here somewhere. And I don't want any of the players that I play with to like be wondering if I'm gonna move or if I'm gonna make a sound or if I'm gonna like all of a sudden jump in and kind of go, oh. So the proper place to be would be way over here. So you can't see me, but you know where I am.
Got it.
So that's an etiquette thing that would be good. Okay.
So I know like a lot of people like try to stand behind people to get the read.
Yeah.
Is that not?
That's poor etiquette.
Poor
They're
etiquette?
They're not supposed to stand there.
Okay.
Now, if I stand all the way over here and then you putt and I kind of do this, Xander did it a lot because he was hitting it really good and he was like kind of the closest guy to the hole.
Yeah.
And so some people that were on the outside of him were putting on his line. He would then kind of run over and go. But he wasn't just standing right here the whole time like doing that. That's kind of,
bad.
It's considered rude.
Gotcha.
Right? So I want you to get a really clear picture of, go ahead and reach out and line up the ball again. So he's looking up at the tee, he's looking down at the ball, he's looking up at the tee, down at the ball, up at the tee, down, because he's lining the ball up, right? Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to back up one shoe length and now squat down and now kind of, not about leaning against your putter, not so much, but put your hand down on the ground behind the ball. See how much more you're reaching out?
Yeah.
And now do you see how you can kind of line up the ball while you're looking out? Can you get even farther away? That might be a little much because you're out of balance. But what I want is, I don't want you lining up the ball right underneath you and then looking up and then looking down and then turning it and looking up and looking down. Reach out as far as you can, support your weight with your hand. You see how much more extended you are?
Yeah.
And now you don't have to move your head as much. Do you see how he's barely moving his head now? So if we can do that, be more accurate with lining up the ball, you'll take less time.
Okay.
No, but you're back here and you're like, okay, that line looks pretty good. And I'm walking in and I'm like, okay, I'm walking in with my eyes up and I'm seeing, I get in, I kind of take my practice strokes. Okay, that feels pretty good. And then I get in and I go.
Yeah. Okay.
But it gives me a bigger picture when I'm walking in.
Yeah, I also need a routine. That's one thing I do not have, and I'm just realized, why don't I have that? I did it for free throws for my entire life. Like.
Okay. A physical routine or a mental routine?
Neither. I have neither.
Okay.
Which is, I think, bad. I don't even like. I don't really have like. These are the 5 things I do, and then these are the 2 swing thoughts I have. I don't even have that right now.
Yeah. Okay. So, can we change gears and get to that right now?
Yeah, for sure.
A physical routine is where I stand, how I line up the ball, and then when I walk in, how many practice strokes do I take, and feel swing thoughts, which I would stay away from. Actually.
Okay.
Can I borrow your putter for a second?
Of course, yeah.
So a physical routine is I'm standing back here after I've done all my left brain stuff. Like I've locked in how much curve there is. I know how far I am. I'm walking in and I'm getting ready to set up to this ball and I'm kind of wiggling my feet around and I get comfy and I go, okay, physical routine, feel this type of speed should get the ball to the hole. And then I switch my eyes to the target because I know where the ball is, I know where my feet are, and I know what I'm holding.
Yep.
So then it becomes the picture and how this sucker's tracking down into the hole. Okay? So then it goes, that's where I step into my quote unquote play box. Can we pause?
Yeah, of course.
Hi, Norval.
What do you got?
He's a Super Bowl winning coach.
Hello.
He inducted Troy Aikman into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
That's Norv Turner. What's that?
You got Arvin brainwashed.
Just hopefully.
If he had to pay you $5 for every time he speaks your name, you'd be wealthy.
See you, Coach.
That's awesome.
So he inducted Troy Aikman into the Hall of Fame. So
Really?
he won 2 Super Bowls with Dallas. He was the offensive coordinator. So he was the coach of the Chargers for a while. And,
What?
yeah, the Raiders and
Oh.
Washington Redskins at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so backtrack. So yes, in my physical routine where I walk up and I'm doing all this stuff, I'm also getting ready to step into like my play area, my play box is what I've heard it called a lot. Where once you cross this line, all that physical stuff is done. Like I'm gonna perform the action.
Yeah.
And so I don't care how many practice strokes you take. As long as it serves some purpose to holding a putt. Not necessarily is my face square. Is my path of my putter neutral or slightly in to in or straight back, straight through or whatever swing thought you may or may not have. Okay, so where does my physical routine start? Well, pretty far back behind the ball because I'm trying to see the entire slope of the green. But as soon as I cross this threshold, a couple feet in front of my ball or behind my ball in line with the hole, now it's like, okay, those are the types of feels that is going to get that ball to the hole. And me personally, my last stroke, I'll hold my finish and I'll pretend or I'll visualize that ball going on that line and falling in the hole. And then once I've done it, I step in and go. And it doesn't take me much time. Happens pretty fast. So Arnold Palmer was that guy. He's like, well, I would make a practice swing and I would picture that ball however I wanted it to get there. It doesn't matter what shot it is, doing exactly what I wanted and then going and perform the action. Because how many times have you hit a shot on the golf course and dropped the ball and then hit a good one?
Yeah.
It happens a lot,
Yeah.
right? I mean, sometimes you don't, but it happens a lot. And then the joke is, well, the guy playing behind you is really good, you know, or you know, player B,
Yeah.
right? So if I walk in and I do my feels and I'm in my play box and I'm picturing, okay, that last one, and then I step in and go. Okay?
Yep.
So the physical part isn't as important to me as the picture part.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so here's our aim again. So go ahead and go through your process, walk in, do your practice. Oh, you do your practice strokes looking at the ball.
Yes, I should know.
I want you to do your practice strokes looking at the target.
Oh, okay, got it. So
Now don't accidentally hit your ball,
yeah.
so get far enough away. But like I said, you know what's down here. The ball is at your feet.
Yeah.
You want to know what's out there, like where the ball is rolling and how it's going into the hole. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Right? So when you do your practice strokes, I don't care. Xander does his practice strokes back here. He'll do his practice strokes this way. And then he walks in, sets the putter, sets his feet, and then he goes. I don't care where you do them.
Oh, that's crazy.
So if you feel more comfortable standing behind your ball in line with the tee, which is your target, then great. If you feel better standing over it, fine. I had a guy in college who played at Nevada Reno. He stood over it as a left-handed player, did his practice strokes because he was right-eye dominant.
Oh, no.
And then he switched and putted right-handed.
That's cool.
Freaking great putter, made everything. Really good putter.
All right.
So I don't care how you do it as long as you do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you do your practice strokes and you're looking, left elbow pretty close to the body. And I know I just got you into a physical thing, but so do your practice strokes feeling, yep. Now we're gonna ruin everything because I'm gonna get you to aim.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna check it. Feel good?
Yes.
You sure?
Oh my God. Wait, it's so far to the left. Or, oh my God, wait.
Just do the best you can, no big deal.
I think this is in line with my line, but now I'm like looking to the left. This is like so far
Okay,
to the
because
left.
we're gonna do an optics drill after this.
Yeah. Let's just put it here for now and see.
Got it?
Yeah, I
Don't
think
move.
this is also like
Stay right there.
Like
Don't move.
3
Keep holding the
feet-
putter.
3 feet. Oh.
Is that right in the middle of your putter?
Yeah.
Okay, go back and look. Now remember, you used to aim, you aim that left to righter to the right, you aim that right to lefter to the right. Where is this?
This is like 2 inches to the left.
2 inches. That's not terrible. I mean, listen, you're a beginner.
Yeah.
As long as we're not, you know, trying to play football in a basketball gym. So that's pretty far left.
Yeah.
But do you remember the first one?
Oh.
It was way more than that.
Yeah, it was crazy far.
Okay, so come on back in here. Put your putter right behind that.
Right behind, right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Right up to it. Take your setup with your feet, your stance, your elbows, your everything.
Yep.
Get comfy.
Yep.
What does that feel like? Does it feel like it's aimed to the right?
No, this looks straight.
Okay. So for whatever reason you aimed it left.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
There's an ant here. I don't want to kill.
Don't worry.
All right.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh, let's go.
Aim is a subject.
Yeah. I'm like,
When you aimed correctly, you made that left to righter. When you aimed correctly, you made that right to lefter. And when you aimed correctly, you made this left to righter.
yeah,
This is 5.5 feet
yeah,
with, I don't know, to the middle of the hole, 5 inches, 6 inches of break.
yeah,
It's 4.25. It's a cup outside the left, so that's 4.25 inches. That's a lot of break on a short putt.
yep,
So when you said, I feel like I'm reading greens pretty well, maybe you're correct.
yeah.
Well, you're 3 for 3.
Yeah, it's the reading greens to me hasn't been too bad on the last couple of courses, but it's, I guess this is, I'm not hitting it where I need to be hitting
Well,
it.
so here's the problem. If I'm a good green reader,
Yeah,
and I aim poorly, and I hit the ball where I'm aiming, I'm going to miss 100% of my putts.
yeah,
Unless some act of God
yeah,
gets the ball to do,
Lightning ball.
well, I mean, you've seen balls bounce around, right?
yeah, 100%.
So now it becomes, well, how come I'm aiming all over the place? Like, what's the cause? It's going to be a cause.
Yeah,
So we're going to do an optics drill, just kind of to see what you see. But I'm like kind of happy right now because green reading to me is the hardest thing to do in golf. In golf.
really?
In golf. We talked about fundamentals.
Yeah.
Well, is centerness of contact the #1 fundamental? I get, it could be. So could speed. Because if you have a guy like Keith Mitchell, who maybe you've never heard of, he's on the PGA Tour, plays very well, sends it, like ships it, dude.
Yeah,
You get up there and he's going to be one of the longer guys in the group every time, like Rory, full send.
full 380.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
these, so distance is a huge advantage. So you could call that a fundamental. Well, so is green reading. It's a fundamental. All the greatest players in the history of the game have been able to read greens. So I think that's super, super important. But now that we're finding out, you're actually pretty decent at doing it. And I don't know how you're doing it because I'm watching you go through your process and I'm like, it looks like he's just kind of arbitrarily just putting the tee out there. Like just kind of, now you're using your feet and you're standing back and you're squatting down and you're looking and that's great. And so maybe,
Yeah, it's for me. It's weird. Like as a person who wants to quantify everything, it's just like I feel this, and this feels one rotation of a ball. That's like what hit to my head, and I'm like, this is 2 rotations to the ball. But I'm like, I can't like explain it right now
Okay.
to anyone. But I'm just like, yeah, this is where it has to be.
hey, listen, if you're putting the tee in the correct spot all the time,
Yeah.
I don't give a you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like look at John Rahm. There's nothing scientific about what John Rahm does.
Yeah.
He putts and he says, I putt by feel.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
He's pretty.
Dude, like,
It's actually
oh
next
my
level,
God.
dude.
He is so good, it's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It's not real.
So, and I don't teach him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I can respect like the skill and the talent that guy has to dissect what's happening from his ball to the hole.
Yeah.
And when he misses, he's mystified. It's like, how did that not go in?
Yeah.
And I don't care how far he is. It's a 30-footer. Oh my God, that burned the edge. Why didn't that go in the hole?
Yeah, no.
Like
he's
and
wild.
But attitude is one of the 10 commandments of putting.
Yeah.
He thinks it's going in every putt.
Yeah.
And you should. Okay, but your optics are screwy.
Yeah.
And so we got to figure this out.
Let's
Okay,
fix it.
so we did this before, pretty sure. We did 3 balls in a row,
Yeah.
so we're doing it again.
Let's
How
do it.
often do you do this drill?
I've done it once every other day, but not
Oh,
enough.
okay.
Not enough.
So aim-wise, here we go again. Okay, I'm gonna have you line them up. You only need to move the end. Now this is pretty far apart. These are 3 pretty big steps.
Yeah. So I mean, this one and this one looks straight, except the last one.
Okay.
I would say.
Line it up.
Yeah.
I might take you up to the top end of the range and use the...
That's what I see.
Come back here. This first ball might need to go a half a dimple to the left.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely to the left, by like
Just barely, just
by
barely nudge it.
half a centimeter.
Boy, your setup looks really good, man. Do they line up?
This one looks,
The middle ball look crooked?
yeah,
Where does it look?
it's on the left side of this ball.
Okay. You can move however you want, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm just trying to see, but I feel like,
So be careful though. If we start getting too far away, the putter might start arcing awkwardly.
yeah. I feel like this is almost in line, but there's like a smidge. of this
So,
one to the left.
so take your setup and then get ready to putt, but don't putt it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, stay. Just kind of go with me.
Mm-hmm.
Not your body, just your head.
Mm-hmm.
Now turn your head. What does it look like? Way to the left? Or does it look okay?
A little bit better, but it's still,
Because I remember, go ahead and look down at the ball again.
yeah.
Keep going. Now turn your head. Does that look crazy? Do they look straight? Do they look crooked?
This is still a little bit to the, wait, hold on. Yeah, this looks to the left of it.
So eyes back to the ball. Turn your head and look.
Okay, this is a little better,
Okay.
but it's,
So you can't get your chin too far down
okay.
because it looks crooked.
Yeah,
So these calibration drills, we've got to do, you can't skip a day
okay.
because you're not aiming.
Yeah,
And then maybe we need to experiment with different lines because you've got like Indian art on your ball, dude. You got like all these lines on them.
yeah.
I want it kind of clean. Can I draw a different line on a golf ball?
Yeah.
Like you got, I mean,
I wanted to make an X so that I could see if it's like spiraling or like
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on right here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a different line on your golf ball.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you like red, blue,
Green.
green? Let me see if I got green.
Regardless of where my face was tilted, all of it's to the left. Like, I mean, all of it's marginally to the left, but like it's still all to the left.
Yeah, so, you know, some people aim that way, left, when they look left, but some people aim right because it looks left.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a completely different line on this.
I shouldn't
Okay.
have marked all my balls.
Hey, you're okay. Hey man, they're golf balls.
Yeah, these are my first ever.
Good golf balls.
Yeah.
And you got the triple track, baby, Callaway.
Yeah. Because that's the reason I got this brand was because I found a random Callaway that ended up in my bag for some reason. That's when I shot my best. And I was like, I gotta buy these balls.
Okay, so we got some very clean lines on that, right? We got some very clean lines. I've got one line that's gonna go to the target. I've got these two, Xander calls them training wheels, like wings, whatever. And that is what I'm gonna get the face parallel to.
Yep.
So you could line this up with these lines parallel to the line that goes towards the target. But it's super easy to take those two training wheels
Yeah.
and just get it parallel to the face.
Okay.
Now you better be good at aiming this ball. But if we can take some of the guesswork out and get pretty decent at aiming the ball, listen, it doesn't have to be perfectly aimed, but this will be the next putt that we hit. Okay, we're gonna go to number 6. I'm gonna go get this tee. So your chin can't get too low, otherwise those balls didn't line up.
Yeah.
That's your... Okay. Okay. Do you like numbers?
Numbers?
Because at some point we're going to use a digital level
Yeah.
and you're going to figure out how much slope is actually there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you because like right now it's kind of, oh, this is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's just random.
Yeah, it's random. So I
But
would love to feel that.
But it can't be random.
Yes.
There's got to be like, this is what it's doing.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to be random.
Yeah.
And right now I watch your process and I'm like, this is random.
Yeah, it's random. Like
But-
for me, like for that, I was like, okay, this is again feels like one rotation.
Yeah.
And I would love to feel like, okay, this is 1 degree, and I have to do this in order to go from left to right 1 degree. That would
It's
be perfect. Yeah.
So, okay. Everybody learns differently.
Yeah.
There are some people, there's no way they're going to want to do that. Like, give the putt a value, a numerical value, right?
Yeah. That's
a different brain. That's a totally different brain. Your brain is different. Because you were like, I like to try and quantify things.
it like for example, I need to know how far exactly.
Yeah.
And like this is like all my swings. That's how like my brain works. Like, tell me exactly this is gonna give me 155, and I'll do that.
Yeah, but at some point that has to go out the window and you have to perform the action.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? You can't think about shooting a free throw going, okay, is my elbow moving? Is my wrist, like, if you did that, you'd never make a free throw.
Yeah.
You'd make it by luck.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a skill.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where we have to train all this stuff. So if I gave you a numerical value for this particular putt, I would say, if I were looking at it, I'm, 8 feet away from the hole?
Yeah.
Ish, 7.5,
Yep.
8 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at how much this thing is curving and I'm going, okay, well, to me that's a low read. There's no way the ball is going to go in, even if you hit it really hard. You'd have to hit this ball so hard that it might roll right over the top of the hole.
You think it's gonna dip so much over there?
It's going to miss to the right if you
lot.
started online. That's to me.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well this thing is going to curve like almost 2 cups, and you have it like 3/4 of a cup.
Yeah.
Like I think you're going to have to hit it somewhere out here in order to make it. At a speed that's not
Yeah.
not shrinking the capture rate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Like perfect
That's
speed.
just me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching it and I'm going, okay, well, if it's going to curve that much, this is easily over 1.5% of tilt.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. Cool.
That's, and looking at it at the hole, and stand back here. Stand right behind the ball on the tee. Can you see a bigger picture of this green sloping like that
Yep.
down here?
Yeah.
And so now, can I borrow your putter?
Yeah.
So if I just nudge this ball, not reading it,
Oh man.
you see how much that sucker curved?
Oh my goodness.
And so again, I'm just trying to hit it kind of semi towards the hole there. But as it's slowing down, you can really see how much it's curving. And that ball started to the left of that tee and went in.
Yeah.
Not very much to the left of it, but it started to the left. But you can see as it's dying, it's really kind of curving off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sitting here looking at this, and I was going to let you read this.
Yeah.
But now we're going to go to a like kind of next level for you, so that you're not just randomly doing shit in your practice.
That'd be awesome.
Because I want you to have some direction.
Yeah.
Okay. So So,
Man, you just nonchalantly had like perfect speed on the.
well, dude, I've been playing this game for 30 years.
I
You've been
know.
playing this game for 3 months.
Hey, it's a month and a half.
Month and a half, okay. So I said 1.5, it's 1.4.
Oh.
1 point,
Oh, there. 1.5 exactly.
1.5. So there's liquid inside it, so it's jostling around, but so 1.4. So we know 1.7% flat, not uphill, not downhill. This is uphill.
Yeah.
1.7% from 6 feet on PGA Tour greens curves the ball around a cup, around 4.25 inches.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay?
Jeez.
But we're longer than 6 feet. We're uphill.
Yeah.
So we're uphill, so I have to hit it a little harder. So it's gonna, the harder I hit it, the less it's gonna break.
Yep.
But could you make it on this line? Maybe.
Maybe.
You'd have to hit it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not the only place I'm gonna measure it. We like to measure it in 3 places, like at the ball, in the middle, and at the hole. Like look at now, all of a sudden, in the middle of the putt, it's 2.7%. It's 2.8, like it's even more in the middle.
Yeah.
And so if 1.7% is 1 cup, you don't even have a cup.
Yeah,
That's
it's
less than the width of a cup.
Yep.
And so now if you can start, so Ben Crane, you've never heard of Ben Crane?
Nope.
Ben Crane used to work with my mentor, Carl Welty. And at some point, I'd love for you to mention Carl's name on your show because he deserves
So
the
by the
credit.
way, one of our most viral TikToks is the one we put Carl Welty on.
Carl Welty is literally a genius.
Yeah. That's what everyone thinks on the comments.
So he's my mentor. He's the one that showed me how to do all this.
Yeah, yeah,
If it wasn't for Carl, you wouldn't be learning it. I wouldn't know it. Xander wouldn't, maybe not be Xander.
Yeah.
Like Emiliano finished tied for 7th this last weekend, putted great, positive strokes gained putting.
Yeah.
Like these guys, the knowledge that Carl had that he didn't really share with everybody, which is what we talked about. I want to get this out there at some point and give him the credit because he deserves the credit.
Yeah.
So he worked with Ben Crane. Well, Ben Crane never won a college golf tournament. Yet he had a 20-year career near on the PGA Tour. He's still playing on the PGA Tour. He's a freaking unbelievable putter.
Yeah.
But he would look at a putt and go, oh, that's a 1.2.
Yeah.
He didn't look at it going, oh, that's 3/4 of a cup outside left. He'd go, that's a 1.2.
That's wild.
But he went through a process of figuring out what the numbers meant to slope.
Yeah.
It's aim point-ish, right?
Yeah.
Knowing how much slope is actually there and calibrating yourself to it. So we're 1.5 at the hole, 2.7 in the middle, and 1.9 at the ball.
Yep.
So there's one of the things we know at the beginning, there's a lot of break.
Yeah, for sure.
And so 2.0. So if I really wanted to mess with you, I could do this. And this is how I would have you practice when you're by yourself, when the cameras aren't on. I guess the cameras are always on for you. Is I would say, okay. All right, JR, here we go. Time to frickin' put the rubber to the road. So this is why we do what we do with these plates.
I need to get some of these plates.
Yeah, I gotta get you some. Okay, so now, this is where I say good luck because it's gonna force you to aim correctly and it's gonna force you to start the ball where you said you wanted to start it.
Yeah.
And if we hit it the correct speed, now what's the correct speed? A little bit past the hole?
Yeah, we need to get a little faster in order if I want to aim there to get it go in.
Okay, well, what's a little past the hole? 6 to 12 inches? Ish?
Yeah.
Just so we don't 3-putt.
Yeah, 6 to 12 inches.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good pace. So you hit the tee on the left, which kicked the ball to the right. So go ahead and try another one. Go for it.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we got 2 left starts.
So I gotta
Now wait a minute.
go more.
Hang on a second. We've already kind of figured out there's a lot of slope here.
Yeah.
I told you I didn't have to, but I told you that that read is low.
Yeah.
Does it make sense that with your feet feeling the slope, you're like, I need to start this ball more left in order for it to go in?
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying that it could be. And that's what I see a lot. If the read is wrong, the player goes, this read is wrong. I cannot start it on this line. If I start it on this line, it's going to miss.
That's actually hilarious you said that, because I did that like 4 times at my last round, because I was like, I gotta hit it to the left.
Yeah. Standing over it, all of a sudden you feel different.
Yeah, 100%.
So your optics saw this.
Yeah.
We put the level down 1.5, 2.7, 1.9, 2%.
Yeah.
It's curving.
Yep.
More than that. So I'm waiting for you to get this online and watch it miss low, and then you'll go, oh, well, you told me that already. Just do your best.
All right, let me try to hit it straight this time.
Do your best to start this thing on that line without trying to start it left, because you know it's going to miss low. And we'll sit here for a freaking hour if we need to. Okay. Do you like the pace?
No, not at all.
It was really hard, huh?
It was so fast.
So, well, we said that. I said you might be able to make it on that line, but man, you're going to have to roast it.
Yeah, for sure.
And so what if that misses?
It's going to go.
It didn't miss. Any putt that goes in is a good putt. But if there was a piece of glass over the top of that hole, your next putt would have been kind of long.
Yeah, for sure.
Now it worked. It worked, but man, you're dancing with the devil.
I know, and that's what I'm seeing a lot in my, like, I'll kind of do that, and I'll have a longer putt than I had here, and then I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a 3-putt.
Yeah.
I want to kind of have it die into the hole, and so I guess, you know, like reading it a little less is better. Or
Okay.
more.
Okay, so this is the putt that this is our next putt, and so, okay. You're gonna read it. I'm gonna give you a tee. No level this time though, no level.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay. So he's, and I'll give you a few seconds here to kind of like mull that over and then come up with your phone a friend, 50-50.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I'm thinking about it. If it's similar to the other one, it's probably going to be more to the left.
Okay, well, you can move it if you want. I'm not holding your feet to the fire yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to move it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just a tad bit. Like, yeah, like that.
Okay, so you moved it what? A ball or so more to the left? A little
Yeah.
less than that?
Yeah, I would say this is like 1 3/4 ball.
Okay.
2 balls.
Yeah. So this is your stock read. If you were going to hit it firm,
Yeah.
where would you put that tee? To the right of that one, right?
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. Like firm, like what I did there?
Yeah,
More or less.
like just a harder pace.
Yeah, I would put it like right here. Yeah, like right here. Like, I guess more or less half of that.
Okay. If you were going to hit it soft,
Sorry, I'm going to put more. Yeah, like right here.
if you were going to hit it soft, barely getting to the hole.
Barely getting?
Like barely getting to the hole, kind of like falling in kind of the left side of the hole.
Like, oh yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
got you, I got you.
it's going slow and it's barely kind of getting there and dropping in the left side.
I mean, I would just do it equidistant, more or
Okay,
less.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So, I'm giving away all our secrets here. Xander's gonna be. Okay, so I've got my middle tee, which is kind of like, this is where I would hit it, right? I've got my right tee where I'm like, all right, dude, this is definitely getting there. Like, I'm firming this thing.
Sending it, yeah.
And then I've got my left tee where I'm like, okay, I have to be kind of gentle. And we call that a spectrum, right?
Yep.
So you have the low end of the spectrum, you've got the high end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Which means I can make it at any point in between those two tees, the left one and the right one, as long as I match up the speed.
Yep.
Okay? So in your drills, I would have you do this and go, all right, I'm gonna go at my middle tee.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna try and make it at a normal pace.
Yeah.
And let's say it was good and you did it and it was going in nicely. Then you go, okay, let's see if my low tee is good. And then you would have to adjust your speed.
Yeah.
And you would have to hit it firmer. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, that it was good. Like, man, I'm hitting it firm, but not like off the green firm. I'm hitting it firm, but it's, it's going in. And then, okay, now I'm gonna make this thing going soft. And it's getting out there and it's dripping in the side door. And I'm like, now I've made the same putt at 3 different paces.
Yeah.
Because as a beginner, which is what you are,
Yeah.
you need experience and like imagination.
Yep.
So as much as you can go, oh, this is what the numbers tell me, you still have to be able to break away and go, you know what, man, I'm downhill. I don't want to roast this thing. I'm picking the high line.
Yeah.
Or, hey man, I'm uphill. I got to get this thing to the hole. I'm not going to leave it freaking short, dude. Not again. Like, I got a 9-footer for birdie. I don't have these very often. I'm uphill. I've got a little bit of break and I'm going to get this there. Now, you don't have to play the firmest line,
Yeah.
but you can favor one of those lines. You can move a little bit to the high side or a little bit to the low side. But I think as a beginner, and for all the people that are watching your channel and trying to get some information and watch your journey, it's like, well, I need to have some imagination when I play too. So there was a guy that tried to do what you're doing. And he got instruction and he said, I'm giving myself 10,000 hours.
Oh, of course, have to.
Because it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something.
Yeah.
Not golf.
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
Yeah.
But you're spending a lot more.
Yeah.
Like you're
all I do.
gonna get to 10,000 hours pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think, with athletic ability and the right direction, you could do it faster than others. I mean, you're a basketball player.
Yeah.
We're the best athletes on the planet.
Oh, good. Sorry, golfers. Well, now I'm golfer.
Okay, so it's time for the test.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, reach. Use your dominant eye behind the line.
My dominant eye being my left eye.
Yeah.
And so I'm aiming for the middle one right now.
Yeah, we're going middle. Xander just texted us.
All right.
Okay, so are we good?
Yeah. My God, I
Okay,
think
so now I'm gonna hold you to this. Because you were pretty good from like 4 or 5 feet on your reads,
Yeah,
but now that we've stepped out,
Yeah.
I think you're kind of low,
I'm pretty.
at least on the left to right. This seems low to me, but we'll find out. So this is like real life putting.
Did I aim it correctly or no?
The line on the ball?
Yeah.
No, it was to the left, but that's okay because maybe your putter would have been fine. I don't know, we didn't do that part of the drill. We're kind of changing gears here.
Yeah.
Because I want you to hit more putts. So your goal is to aim and get it through that gate. Do you like the look, that cleaner look of that ball with just the one line and the?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks way better.
Okay, yeah. There's not a lot going on. Do you like the speed? Try another one.
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge. I'm going to use this then. I'm trying to get this metronome in my head. I think I'm on 80 beats per minute.
Would you, if you hit a putt like that on the golf course, would you be disappointed?
You mean like if it landed there?
Yeah.
No, not really, because of like my track record. But I was a little disappointed that I didn't read it really well.
Do you know what's really cool?
What?
You got the ball through the gate, no problem. Remember the other one, you hit the tee on the left.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you about your stroke?
It's basically coming back to the center of the club
Yeah,
face.
that was a pretty good stroke. You hit the ball like right where you were aiming.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you're going to do it on this one.
Let's see.
But yeah, just give it a go and we'll see what happens. Oh,
Nope.
There's that frickin' left tee.
Yeah, left tee again.
Now, we already saw the ball miss the hole
Yeah, to the
low side.
I'm not saying it's the reason, but
We saw it miss to the low side.
indirectly.
Now, we'll just see how hard you have to hit it in order to make it. And
But I shouldn't try to do that.
Well,
Should I?
get it through at a good speed, and we'll just see what happens.
Okay.
So that was roasted, didn't touch
Yeah.
anything. Now, if it didn't hit the liner or the plastic, it might have gone in.
Yep.
So I think it's, what's the rule? That the cup is like a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch lower than the surface of the ground. So there should be like, so you see how you can see the dirt? Like on a regular cup, it wouldn't have hit the plastic liner and maybe it would have gone in. But let's try it again. So that rolled way too far and hit the edge. And so that's hitting it firm, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty firm.
Think about your firm line. No freaking way.
No way. It's
No
like
way.
all to the left.
And so now the first thing we do is we go, well, wait a minute. If this is too firm for firm, this is not even in the equation.
Yep. That's like, it's probably my softest. It needs to be firm.
This is probably the firm line.
Oh my God. That means I have to hit it so far out.
I'm just putting these out here just to put them out here. There's no rhyme or reason why I'm doing it. That might be the regular line, and that might be the die line. Well, you had 2 T's right here. Like, this is really low.
Yeah.
This is what everybody does. This is 99% of the population that plays golf. They don't read high enough. They may play high enough, but they don't read high enough.
Yep.
Do you understand what I mean by that? They don't see it,
Yeah.
but they may just kind of mistakenly get it high enough and then it goes in. I see it with tour players. So stand over the top of this and look at remember where your aiming was.
Yeah.
So this is how far off the read was, if that's right. That's still, I mean, we don't know, but we're gonna check it. What was pretty good was you were able to get the ball through the gate.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 times. I think the second one was just because I was like, oh, I knew it died. So I kind of did the same thing I did over here.
Well, you had to roast it. You knew you had to roast it.
Yeah.
But now you don't have to roast it as much. So that's why this device is so used on the tour, is because it becomes a teacher. It's your own teacher now. So now you can hit it softer because we're playing more break.
I played that way too hard.
Yeah, but that's okay. So just adjust your speed. I mean, it's not okay.
It's not. It's not. I was like, what the are you talking about?
Still kind of hard, huh?
Yeah, that was a little hard. And it's like,
Try another one.
that means
It's probably even more
that
break.
means it's so much. Oh my God, that's a lot.
So what I'll have some people do is I'll have them leave the original read in there.
Yeah.
So this was your low line. This was your normal line. Your high line was there. So that white tee was your normal line, not the low line.
Damn.
We just went to the middle tee, which is supposed to be the normal line, and you hit it firm and it went in.
Yeah. So I need this.
We'll see. We're going
see.
to keep moving it because, again, I got to teach you to teach yourself, man.
Yeah.
So I like that pace.
I like that pace too.
Yeah. That was good pace right
Yeah,
there.
100%.
Now it barely missed on the low lip. So here's what we're going to do.
I was like 90 beats per minute in my head.
Okay, well, yeah, that part's fine. So we just moved it out a little more. Look at that white tee.
Jesus Christ, man! Don't make me look.
So we've moved it again, and you can see, look at the read, right? You can see where the original read was.
Yeah. Man, that felt really good though. That pace.
Dude, that was so good. That was such a good putt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in my head, I was like, I need to. This is the speed that I need to do every single time.
So
More or less.
read, I'm not going to say subconsciously, but I guess I will, is going to affect your speed.
Yeah.
If you read low, you're going to roast it. If you read high, you're going to drip it. If you read it right, you'll probably have pretty good speed. So the read which I was saying was one of the number one, like biggest fundamentals in all of golf. Read is a truth. So that was softer, a little bit softer pace.
By a little bit, yeah.
Now, that also kind of broke a lot, and this just goes to show you the randomness, so let's go ahead and hit another one. Because if we do miss it like that low, that low, that low, we got to move it out even more. Your stroke has gotten really good, man. Like it's so much better than the first time we...
I was reviewing that video, actually. I was like, wow, that guy sucks.
Guy's setup looks great.
I think that was a tad bit faster than the 2 strokes ago, but I'm not.
Pretty good. If there was glass over the top of the hole, would it have gone farther than that ball right there? Maybe?
By a smidge.
Smidge. So that's still pretty good.
Yeah, marginally, I was like, yeah, it's like...
So let's talk about the capture rate again. So the slower the ball's going when it's entering the hole, the better chance it has to fall in.
Yeah.
But throughout a day, let's say you tee off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm teeing off today at 5, so.
Okay, 5 o'clock. So you've had people teeing off since 7:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And everybody hits their ball in the hole, and they do what I'm about to do. They step really close to the hole, they bend over, and they pick their ball up out of the hole.
Yeah.
So 7:30, a group of 4.
Yeah.
7:40, a group of 4. 7:50, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You're teeing off at 5.
Like 1,000 people.
So how many 150 people have done this throughout the course of the day? They've stepped right next to the hole. Some guys are 250 pounds. Some guys are 150 pounds. But everybody is stepping around the hole to get their ball out of the hole. And they've created what Dave Pelz called the lumpy donut. And if the ball is traveling through that lumpy donut at a really slow pace, it could get knocked offline. Could. So there was a thought that the ball should carry some pace through that lumpy donut to keep it straighter. If I'm going to make an error, it's going to be a really soft pace around the hole.
Okay.
I'm not gonna rip it through because, I mean, you saw where that one went. I mean, holy cow, dude. We were way the hell down here. This is a 3-putt.
Yeah.
From 8-9 feet.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe even.
Now, you did miss this one for birdie. Let's not bring that up again.
Don't ever.
But you're never gonna miss that.
Yeah, for sure.
You could hit 1,000 of these. Like literally 1,000 and not miss one. You could look up here and not miss it. So I like this pace, even though the lumpy donut might affect the roll of the ball. Oh, by the way, acts of randomness. If within an inch or two, the ball kicked to the right, and then within another inch or two, it kicked back to the left, that's possible too.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with like softer pace.
Okay.
So does that mean if we want to hit it a little softer, look at how far we're getting away from your original read.
Yeah.
Like, does that mean that we can go even farther out?
Yeah, it depends, I guess.
I think the other thing too, like, I'm not a big rah-rah guy. I'm just not like...
What's rah-rah?
Like, yay, you did it, whoopee. Like, we finished 10th at the Masters.
That's pretty bad, bro.
It's a failure.
Yeah.
Like, for Xander, it's a failure. Like, we want to win majors.
I thought you hit 11.
Did we finish 11th?
I thought.
No, we finished tied for 10th. You know, last week, he finished 4th. Made $1 million. It's a failure. Like, we're trying to win golf tournaments.
You have to win first.
We're trying to win golf tournaments.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, top 5s suck.
Yeah.
I mean, ask him. Well, it doesn't suck. But I think where I was going with this is you're getting the ball through the gate, like, nicely. Our first lesson, you had no chance getting the ball through the gate. So you should kind of feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily about this particular read. Remember, the first 3 reads you got right.
Yeah.
But let me circle back to what you said. I think I'm a pretty good green reader. Are you?
Not after this.
Well, maybe it gets worse when you get farther away.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good from close, but not so good from, I don't know, we're
6, 7.
1, 2, we're 8 feet and change.
Yeah.
So maybe from 4 feet, yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
But maybe from, maybe outside 6, I mean, we have more to do.
Yeah.
And understanding patterns, right? You understand patterns.
Yep. I
Like,
look at patterns all day.
You look at patterns all day.
Yeah.
Golfers have patterns.
Yeah.
Everyone has a pattern. Not everybody's is the same pattern. That's what makes it hard.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm who I am. I figure out all these people's patterns.
Yeah.
And then I tell them, I give them the key, unlock that door first.
Yep.
Okay, now there's another key to the next room, unlock that one. So reading and aiming is going to be a big part of your diet over the next
Forever.
3, yeah, forever. I mean, Xander and I do this every time we get together.
Yeah.
We do this drill. Okay, so look at the difference between your read and what's getting to be the stock read or the middle read, not the high or the low.
Yeah, this is
Okay. Let me get this.
way more.
Look at how high that is.
That's crazy high.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. Well, what's nutty is the white tee. That's what you thought was correct. Boy, pretty close.
Yeah.
Try again. So I've measured this because I'm kind of a numbers guy too, more in statistics. You can start the ball 1.5 degrees offline either way because of the width of the tees.
Yeah, up here. So there's
There's room for error.
Yep.
So if that ball started a little right, maybe that's why it missed the hole.
Okay.
1.5 degrees is a lot.
Yeah.
0.5 degree isn't much.
Whoa.
Look at how much that's freaking turning, man.
That turns a.
But these are softer pace.
Yeah, I kind of like this pace though. Like I think that, I mean, it kind of like landed in the same place. That was like too slow in my mind.
Little too soft.
slow.
Like
That was at like
that's
100.
kind of the die pace.
Yeah, that was. But
Okay.
the first 2 I think is like what I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with.
Which missed this by this, right?
Yeah.
So really,
Oh man, my white tee should have been up there. That's wild.
about there, which
It's like
means
5 rotations.
yeah, which means the firm line is there.
Yeah.
Maybe the die line is there. Look at how much we're moving our spectrum.
Oh my god.
What's the craziest part is you're like looking at that white tee going, how the did I even see that?
I know.
Why was that even anywhere near like my realm of possibility?
Yep. Money.
Oh, might have moved it a hair too far. I might have moved it a hair too far, but not, try it again.
Not much.
Yeah, not much. I don't mind that pace. I mean, that's what, a foot past the hole, a little bit. So we moved it a hair too, well, that's a little farther.
But I also
Try it again.
But I increased the speed.
Yeah, but I mean, not by much.
Might not much, but like that was like a lot.
Okay, so this is my nugget here. This is the, oh, no. As soon as you have a putt that has curve, speed matters. If it's straight, speed doesn't matter. You could die it in and it's going straight. If it's firm, it's going straight. Who gives a
Yeah.
It's straight.
Yeah.
But once you have a putt like this, if you don't match the speed to your line, you're gonna miss.
Yeah.
Because we saw some of them break across the hole because they were going a little soft.
Yeah.
Now we've just seen 2 miss high because it was a little firm. Now we could have moved that read out a little bit too far. Maybe that's the die line. And maybe our spectrum is like that. So maybe we're on the die line right now. But this is how I would have you practice. Like this is giving you like, hey, I can make the same putt at 3 different paces and there's my spectrum. Look at how small the spectrum is.
Yeah.
The spectrums can be different depending on how much break there is and how hard you really do want to hit it.
Yeah.
Because if it's dead straight, there is no spectrum.
Yeah.
It's one line.
I do think I don't know if I think we moved it correctly, but I actually I personally thought that was faster than my other, the first two.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm going to tell you? Be an athlete, match up your speed. Right?
Yeah, for
Be
sure.
an athlete.
Money.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, so that's the pace.
That's nice.
Let's go.
That's nice right there.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to do from the first two. But yeah, that's so far, bro.
Look at the white tee.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm illiterate.
Okay. In reading greens, not reading books. Well, listen, like I said, you start getting the picture of the way that one just hit the hole,
Yeah.
and then this world of good speed and good reading opens up to you.
Yeah.
And you start three-putting so much because, like I said, if you're a low reader from farther away and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make this, yeah, because I gotta hit it faster to make it go straight or longer. And then all of a sudden I got 6 feet coming back and I'm like, man.
Yeah, there's
And it's happening over and over and over again. But if you can figure out where this spectrum is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because the way that ball hit the hole, you're never gonna three-putt. And that easily got to the hole.
Yeah, the instant I hit that, I was like, that's for sure.
Yeah, you
Like,
walked off
easy.
it like
I
you were
was
gonna,
like,
yeah, you walked off it like, let's go.
Yeah, 100%.
So now you can put your level down and find out how much slope is actually there.
Oh man, that's 2.2.
So we
What's 2 point, what does that say? A 3, whoa.
Well, let it finish its deal. Remember, we said 1.7% from 6 feet was 1 cup. We're almost 9 feet, and that's 2.2 at the hole.
Oh, so,
That's, hey, that's Emiliano. He just finished 7th.
oh my God.
I'm mic'd up, man. Oh, Dodger fans got to get out of here.
Oh my, that's Emiliano? Jesus Christ.
Hey, come say hi.
This guy's,
I got to introduce you.
hey, how's it going?
This is Jerome Ruffin.
Rufin.
Emiliano, Ruffin.
How's it going?
Good, man. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Emiliano. What's up, baby?
What's going on?
Nice playing.
Thank you.
Good for you.
How's everything? Hello. How are you?
He just,
Say hi to YouTube.
Hi, you too.
this is Alberto Sanchez.
Hey, Alberto. Jerome.
Hi, Jerome.
Nice to meet
Jerome is on a quest to go from scratch to scratch.
you. Yeah.
So he's just brand new in golf.
Okay.
So his son played at Arizona State
Yeah.
and played in the US Open when he was what, 15, 16?
17.
No, he wasn't that old.
17.
He was the longest measured drive. He was the longest guy in the field on the drives they measured.
Oh,
His son,
really? That's wild.
Yeah.
Dang.
He's a flusher.
Nice. That's awesome.
But so I get to see you tomorrow. Have you had a nice? He just had a baby.
Oh,
well, not
congrats.
just, but everything good, buddy?
You started sleeping well again? You know how it goes?
Dude, I was rooting for you so hard, man.
Too?
I was like, F everybody else.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Good to meet you.
Thanks.
Good luck, okay?
Thanks.
We're
Come on, 11?
11, yeah, at the farms. So he played on a President's Cup team.
Yeah.
Like he's
He's good. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
it's,
wild.
if you might want to film one of these swings.
Oh man.
So 1.7 in the middle.
Oh God.
They just yeah. These guys. Well, what did I say? Speed's a fundamental. Watch how effortless, effortless speed.
Oh, I mean, that's the craziest thing about these people, man. It seems like it's easy, but it's not.
Effortless.
It's effortless. Oh my God. The nonchalantness is funny.
He does that on a tour event though.
Yeah.
Plays the same way.
Oh my God.
Plays the same way. Puts the ball on the tee peg. See it. Let's go, boys.
Yeah. Let's get
Like,
it.
what's taking so long? Let's go. Now we take longer on the greens
Yeah.
because we're trying to figure it out. Remember what I was telling you?
Yeah, it's a puzzle.
He gets over a golf ball, it's gone.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I gotta go. How do you feel? It's a lot.
A lot. No, it's great. I mean,
Let's-
awesome, man.
Let's
This
one
is-
more time. Let's look at the correct read, and let's look at his read. Look at that. Not even close.
It's
Look at how many times we moved it.
There's like a million in here. It's so bad.
Yeah.
That is a wrap for this lesson and episode. If you guys learned something just like me, smash that like button. And if you have not watched the previous episode, definitely click this video right over here. Da-da-da.